Good morning, everybody. J.R. Fisher here. I want to welcome everybody. It is a bright, okay, it's not bright yet, a little bit of clouds, but it is a sunny day in Georgetown, Texas. We are just north of Austin, Texas. I want to welcome everybody, and don't forget to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button down there. Don't forget to ring the bell. Turn on all bell notifications so you're notified each and every time I go live. Hey, today's going to be a fun session. We're going to talk about battling these trolls, which I think is an important thing. If you are online at all in your life, at some point, some troll is going to attach themselves to you. And that's what I'm going to talk about today to help you out so you don't have any issues with that. Please use that chat section. Put in there any questions you may have, any comments you may have, anything you're working on, who you are, what the weather is. Just utilize it. That really helps the algorithm. The more things we have in that chat section there, the more YouTube will actually push this video out and I can help more people. So please do that. I don't sell anything here. So if you're here to buy something, you can leave. I'm not selling anything. Just giving you some free training today. But if you want to buy stuff, you're certainly welcome to do that. Later on in the description, there'll be some links in there. You can check them out, but that's not what we're all about here today. We're here to help you start, run, and grow online businesses. And part of that is actually dealing with trolls. Now, we're going to kind of look at the types of trolls there are. And then in the end of the session, I'm going to tell you how to deal with the trolls. But we want to kind of get in the mind of who the heck does this stuff. I mean, what are they doing? Why are they doing this? This makes no sense whatsoever. But it actually does once you figure out who these people are, once you understand where they're coming from. Okay. And I'm not saying it makes it right or anything like that, but I am saying it'll help you kind of comprehend why anybody would waste their time, why they would waste their time picking on anybody else. It makes no sense to me. And I am going to be going live more and more and more. And I don't mean like 3 or 4 times a day. I mean like maybe 3 or 4 times a week. I'm going to be live today, which is Wednesday. I will also be live Friday, and I'll also be live Saturday. And I think I'm just going to do everything at 10 a.m. I know it's not convenient for everybody. However, I figured out that you can't please everybody. So what I'll do is I'll do these lives at 10 a.m. If you can join me, that's great. And if you can't, you can always watch it later because it will be posted on my channel. And guys, I really appreciate those people that do show up, those people that comment, those people that later on comment. I mean, I get hundreds, thousands of comments later on my videos on something I've done that was live or something I've uploaded. I generally will upload 3 videos a week. If you're trying to start, run, and grow online businesses, please, check them out. I do it on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and then I go live during the week also. Also, I'm trying to up my game on Google. I'd like to get a review. So if you would do me a favor and go to Google and search J.R. Fisher Training, search J.R. Fisher Training, find me. I'm there. Okay, you'll see me. Give me a 5-star review. And when you do that, I will give you a free book. That book is how to find profitable products to sell online. And I'll give that away free. And also there's an audio that goes with that book too. So you'll want to check that out. I think that's pretty cool. So anyhow, today we're going to talk about trolls. And I've had them. I know what it's like to have trolls. Matter of fact, I'll share with you a story. One of them got me. I'm going to be honest. One of them really got me. It was kind of funny, really, because it took me a day to figure it out. And my wife was just shaking her head. But anyhow, I'll tell you that story in just a second. But let's talk about the kinds of trolls. Why are these people doing this stuff? What is it that motivates them to do that? Just who are these people? Come on. And if you look at, let's look at also cyberbullying in general, and I want to give you some statistics. And also let's talk about what it is. So cyberbullying means basically sending mean messages or threats to someone's email account or cell phone or something like that, or posting on a blog. Maybe they're going to spread rumors about you. This is more of a cyberbullying thing, more than a troll thing. But I want to talk about this because some of you guys have teens and you're going to be dealing with this. Maybe they're going to post hurtful or threatening messages on social media sites or web pages. They may try to steal somebody's account, your kid's account or something like that, or break into your account and send damaging messages. They can pretend to be somebody else online to hurt another person. They can take unflattering pictures of a person. I've seen this done and spread them throughout cell phones on the internet. They can do all kinds of crazy things. Okay. In cyberbullying, they say that more than 1 in 3 young people have experienced cyber threats online. That's craziness, right? I mean, when I was a kid, you didn't have to deal with any of that. Over half of adolescent teens have been bullied online. That's a shame, right? And about the same number have engaged in cyberbullying. Okay, somebody's got to be doing it. All right, they can't all be victims. Well over half of young people do not tell their parents when cyberbullying occurs, and I get that. I mean, I understand that. And also, around half of teens have been the victims of cyberbullying. Only 1 in 10 teens tell a parent if they have been a victim of cyberbullying. Okay, this is according to the Harford County Examiner, and they did all these statistics and all this. They said that 1 in 10 adolescents or teens have had embarrassing or damaging pictures taken of them without their permission, and often using cell phone cameras. About 1 in 5 have posted or sent sexually suggestive or nude pictures of themselves or others. Oh my God, that's craziness, right? So anyhow, it's important. Now let's talk a little bit about who are these people and why they do it. I would say the first one is really just an insecure person. We're going to call them insecure. Cyberbullying sounds ridiculous, but it's really far from it. About 100 kids a week reportedly deal with cyberbullying in the one small city that was actually checked out. And when this happens, these are only reported incidents. Understand the reported incidents. There's probably a whole lot more than that. So the first group are really just insecure people. And I get them, and I'm going to talk about how I deal with them in just a second. But they don't feel good about themselves. So this is what they do. They want to pull other people down. Number 2, I guess I'll call them the lost sheep. Okay. I guess they're lost sheep. The world is so politically correct and soft nowadays. I mean, gosh, you can't say anything without offending somebody, that you're going to have trolls who are dedicated to striking down anybody who does not agree with them. Okay. Having an opinion online is like a death wish nowadays. I mean, it's craziness. You can't have an opinion on anything without somebody attacking you. So it's kind of ridiculous, but I want you to understand where these people are coming from. Every time you speak your mind, there's always going to be somebody out there trying to kill what you have to say, trying to ruin what you have to say, trying to make it into something else. So those people are out there. They'll do whatever it takes to keep you in a box and stop you from saying anything that they don't agree with. Okay, which is craziness. So that's number 2. Number 3, I would say, is a know-it-all. Okay, they got all the right information and you don't know anything. Okay, I've had people argue with me over the dumbest things online. I mean, just stupid stuff. Even if it's daylight outside, somebody will come up with some argument how it's dark outside. Okay, they'll say that. They just want to be right. That's all they care about, is being right, being right, being right. Because in real life, and I love that one, in real life, what's they call IRL. They don't feel that way. Now, let's face it, it's all real life, but people use that term all the time. It bugs the crap out of me. In real life, I guess there's internet life and there's real life, which is off the internet. Anyhow, in real life, they don't feel secure. So they feel like they're always wrong and they're doing things wrong. So if they can get online and start proving people wrong, hey, they feel better. It's better to have a complex and don't want that person to feel correct all the time, right? They'd rather be the person who's right for no reason other than their own insecurities. That's it. Okay, so that's another type of one that you're going to see out there. Then you've got, oh my gosh, I love this one. Number 4 is the social justice warrior. Okay, so they speak for everybody, right? Of course, nobody ever does. These are some of the worst, most foul creatures on earth. They're self-righteous people who think that they're too good to bow down to logic and objective facts. That's why they usually base everything on how they feel and their petty emotions. Okay. Even when the truth is staring them directly in the face, they're still going to argue with you. They always think they're right. They always think everybody else is wrong. And this somehow helps their self-esteem. I like being wrong, be honest with you. You know, I do a lot of different things. And when I'm wrong, I can look at it and say, what did I do wrong? How can I change this? Well, how can I grow from this? And I'll tell you, I'm wrong a lot. Okay. Because if you try enough things, you're just going to be wrong enough, right? That's just the way it is. And then you got just the arrogant a-hole. Okay. Number 5, arrogant a-hole. These people really have an imaginary red carpet that they walk on. They put themselves on this fake pedestal and they belittle anyone who sees the world differently than them. Somebody's trying to come to my front door here, and I hope my wife is going to get that. I'm sure she will. Let me check this real quick. This is the beauty of being live. We're going to talk about the arrogant a-hole in just one second. All right, let's see here. What do we got here? Just check my Google Home cameras real quick. Make sure we had somebody coming by today to do some repairs, as we do every day, because we built a new home. And when you build a new home, there's always something that you got to fix. Okay. But I don't think anybody's here. Okay. So we're not gonna worry about that. So these arrogant a-holes, let's talk about them. They're kind of elitist. Okay. These kind of trolls have, you know, their head up their butt so much that they really can't see what's in front of them. So they just try to pick on other people. And then you have the internet police. Okay. That's number 6, I would say, is the internet police. And the internet police, who are they? You know, I've seen these types on Quora or on Twitter, on LinkedIn, pretty much everywhere online. They're the ones who say, you can't say this on Facebook, or you can't do that, or you can't have this opinion. They're just out there doing that. They're like fake vigilantes, and they take to law into their own hands, even though they have no real authority to do anything. They just like to do that. Now, I said I was going to give you 6, but I'm going to give you 7. I'm going to give you 7 because this one's really important. This is the fake troll. This is the fake troll. And this is one of the ones that got me really pretty funny if you think about it. The fake troll just puts stuff out there to irritate other people. That's the only way they get off, is just to irritate other people. They will get in chats, they will get on blogs, they will post on videos, and they'll send emails. So I'll take you back to a story. I got an email from this guy, and girl, I have no idea who it was. It turned out to be a fake troll. But they said they were an old man and they were retired, and that our food was awful. You know, we sell survival food, and that it tasted terrible, and that it had gone rancid, and they felt like that, you know, we were ripping people off and they couldn't ever get a refund, and they were going to spread all kinds of bad things about our company. So I responded, and I said, you've never bought anything from us. You know, we have no record of you. I don't know why you sent me this email, basically, because they had never bought anything from us. So then they responded back again. See, there it is. Then they responded back again. They said, well, you know, I'm an old person and you're taking advantage of me, and I'm going to report you because you're sending me emails and you're spamming my inbox. So I just responded back and I said, well, I'm sorry you feel that way. You know, we won't spam you. I'll remove you from our list and you won't ever hear from us again. And that set it off. So the next day I get an email from somebody else, supposedly, and it said, yeah, I can't believe that you know, and this name was not Rogers, but that you stopped Mr. Rogers from getting your emails. That's horrible. How would you treat an old man like this? And I thought, wow, that's kind of weird. And then I get another email in the afternoon from some woman saying, how could you treat Mr. Rogers this way? And then I got a barrage of emails the next day. I got over 100 emails from supposedly different people. And when I started looking at them, all of them looked about the same. They just came from different email addresses. So this person was just doing something to get a reaction out of me. Now, I never responded again, you know, because I finally figured it out. But for, I guess, 3-4 days, I just kept getting emails from all these people who supposedly knew Mr. Rogers and how poorly I had treated him and how unfair I was and how they will never buy my products. And oh my God. And I finally woke up one day and I looked at my wife. I said, I've been trolled. I've been trolled by a fake troll. And it was so funny because I had no idea people actually did this kind of stuff. It was insane. Let's see here. Got some comments in here. Let me jump over here to Paul. Big earbuds in case you're stuck in the office Lesson learned the other day, stuck waiting in an office. Oh yeah, it was Paul. He was trying to get on, but he had stuff to do. I like Madonna said, if you troll me, admit you're a fan. Oh, isn't that true? Isn't that true? You know, it was funny. Years ago, I watched a movie called Private Parts, and it was about Howard Stern, the disc jockey. And I'm going to tell you how to deal with these trolls in just a second, too, guys. But in that movie, they were trying to figure out how to bring down Howard Stern. These executives were, because they didn't like him, and he was saying stuff on the radio they didn't like. And they looked at the statistics, and they asked people, you know, you like Howard Stern, you listen to Howard Stern. Why do you listen to Howard Stern? They said, because we never know what he's going to say next. We just, you know, we listen because, my gosh, you just don't know what's going to happen next. And then they took the group who hated Howard Stern, and they said, you know, what is it about Howard Stern that makes you hate him? Why do you hate this guy? And they said the same thing. They said, because you never know what he's going to say next. You know, he's always doing something to upset me. But both groups were listening, and all he cared about was people listening. So he kind of trolled out there in his own way back then. He was kind of trolling out there. Paul says something else. I'm fortunate that I've only been trolled in comments. My response usually is, God loves you, but everyone else thinks you're okay. Probably fans the flame of self-righteousness. Yeah, and I'm going to tell you how to deal with them in just a second. There are some ways to deal with them. But first off, you got to identify, is it real? Okay, is it real? Because if you don't know if it's real or not, then it's a little tough. So what I'd like to do is kind of go through some of the things that are going to give you a heads up. And let me pull those up, because I just pulled those up this morning. That if they are trolls or not. How do you even figure out if they're trolls, or they're just trying to get under your skin or whatever? Okay. And how you can deal with them too. Also, that's important. So what you want to do, I would say, first off, is you got to have some kind of policy. How are you going to deal with these people? Okay. Most social networks that you're on, whether it be Facebook or YouTube or whatever, have community policies for being respectful. Okay. None of these platforms really want trolls. They just don't. So create one of your own too, as a reminder of acceptable behavior for your posts, comments, and shares. Okay. Then if somebody acts, you know, out of the norm or mean to you, point them back to your policy. You know, you can say, hey, Joe, I'm nudging you with this friendly reminder about our community policy. There's no need for them to take it personally when it's written out, right? Well, like how other people handle it. And I want to look, I've made some notes of some of this stuff here. But you can look at how your competitors handle it. How are they handling trolls? Look in some of their comment sections. The second thing you can do, which works incredibly well, this works so well, it will blow your mind. And this is how I got rid of all those emails and all that crap, is you ignore them. Because, you know, a troll, somebody who's trying to bully you, they want to get a reaction. And if they don't get a reaction, what's the point in them doing it? They're going to move on to somebody else that's going to give them a reaction. Let me get a sip here real quick. Because without reactions, they're all alone all over again. And their whole thing was they were alone and they felt ignored. Okay. And if you don't fuel them, if you don't give them some reaction, they're just going to disappear. Okay. So don't give them the pleasure. Derive them of their life force so that they'll go dig someplace else. This works so well. Okay. Next one I would say is respond with facts. Now, some of the things that are written can be a real customer. So you got to be careful. And I'm going to talk about how you can kind of weed out who's a real customer and who is just a troll. But are your trolls spreading rumors, wrong information, inaccuracies, or outright lies? Are they doing that? Okay, because you don't want that going on. Then disapprove any tales told by trolls with facts. Apple did this with a response to their Bendgate, which began with a video. A lot of trolling followers followed rumors of the new bending iPhone 6. That was a big thing. I don't know if you remember when the iPhone 6 came out. Apple took a stand. They admitted to an issue which affected only 9 customers in the first 6 days of going on sale. 9 customers. Rather than deny, they accepted and disclosed. The controversy soon went away. You can do the same thing with your brand. And also you can put a comment on there to let them know that you appreciate their criticism. I had a guy post on one of my videos. He says, I hate listening to you because you sound like some kind of used car salesman. It's disgusting, something to that effect. And it's ironic because I was in the car business for a lot of years. And I posted back. I just felt like it that day. I said, well, you know what? Thank you so much for your comments. I know you're trying to make my channel a better channel by letting me know what I did wrong. And it's so funny because I used to be in the car business. So maybe I really do kind of sound that way. I apologize and I'll try to do better. And that person responded back, oh, no, I really like you. I love your channel. I'm a subscriber and I listen all the time. I didn't mean to offend you. So that person got their, I don't know, they wanted to see if I would talk back to them. I think that's what it really was. They wanted to see if I would actually respond to them. And I did in a positive way. I didn't cut them down. I didn't argue with them or anything like that. I thanked them for their criticism. Okay. And you can do that. You can also diffuse with humor. Okay. Now this is easier to say than actually do, but done well, humor can actually humanize your brand and diffuse a situation. Sainsbury's groceries, and I have it up here on the screen. I can't really show you guys right now, but somebody posted on there, dear Sainsbury's, the chicken in my sandwich tastes like it was beaten to death by Hulk Hogan. Was it? Okay, which is pretty funny stuff. And they responded back, Sainsbury's News, this is what they said, really sorry it wasn't up to scratch. We will replace Mr. Hogan with Ultimate Warrior in our production line immediately. They did. I thought that was pretty funny. They didn't ignore the customer. They recognized the problem. They apologized. They mirrored the criticism with a witty reply. They did something funny. However, if your joke falls flat, that could keep the troll on a roll. So you got to be careful about that. And then one of the main things you can do is block them. Okay. If you don't want to deal with them, really, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Facebook, whatever, all you got to do is block them. I mean, I get spam stuff all the time on Facebook about, women in the Philippines or Russia or whatever, sending me a message, wanting to be a friend. And I just block them, report them and block them. That's all you can do. However, sometimes trolls take things too far, like escalating to threats or hate speech or whatever. And when they do, you have the right in your social media to just block them. Okay. And you can certainly report them. Now, if there are mistakes made, you want to listen to what people say on your social media accounts. Okay, correct it. Let the person know what you did. Explain why. If they're disgruntled for any reason, when you respond in social media, all your other customers are going to see that. When you say, hey, I'm really sorry, contact our office. We'll be happy to take care of you. Other people are going to see that. Okay. If you're mean with them and get into an argument with them, it's going to look bad on social media for you because all your customers are going to see that. You don't want to get in arguments with these people. I saw a restaurant did that on Yelp and they were just calling people out and, telling them they were idiots and they didn't know what they were talking about. I'm like, oh my God, this is the owner of a business. You can't do that. You can't lower yourself to their standards. And I think a lot of times we tend to do that. We see somebody do something bad and we go, well, they did this, so I can do this. No, you're becoming the same thing if you do that. Okay. That's not the way to handle it. And I don't necessarily delete their post because a lot of times they'll make up new accounts and just do it again. But when I delete their account, it's like saying, well, you're not allowed to give your opinion. Okay. So I don't do that. And oftentimes when I have these negative comments or something on there, a lot of my fans will jump on top of it and they say something to them instead of me having to do it. So you're trying to build a really supportive community. That's what you really want to do. And I want to also, let me pull up one other thing I wanted to share with you guys, how to tell if they are cyber bullies or trolls. Okay, I've got it on my other screen here. Give me 1 second here. I've got a list of all these things. Okay, so here's what you're going to find. You're going to find that if it's just a troll, there are going to be some common threads. And one of the biggest common threads is poor spelling, spelling errors. Okay. When you see a lot of spelling errors on there, that's probably just going to be a troll. You'll see this a lot. And a lot of times a troll will intentionally misspell things. So they may say, you know, I hate all you Republicans because you don't know what you're talking about, or I hate all you Democrats because you don't know what you're talking about. And they'll misspell Republicans or Democrat. And then somebody else will say, oh yeah, you're so smart, you can't even spell Democrat. And then they will start on that thread with something else. They have actually baited them into doing this. And this has actually spurned a whole new community. I know we all get these spam phone calls all the time, people selling us stuff, fake medications or whatever it is. And it drives us nuts. And it started a whole community now called spam baiting. Spam baiting is when they actually call the spammer and they keep them on the phone and they irritate them. And there's actually channels on YouTube. You can look this up. This is craziness. But spam baiting is a real thing now on YouTube. Let me shut this down. The battery's dead. It's a real thing now on YouTube where people will actually call spammers and try to get them to talk for a long period of time so that they can actually waste their time, like they feel like their time's been wasted. So, you know, trolls generally are not dangerous. Bullies are not generally dangerous. But if you feel that somebody is actually physically threatening you or saying that they're going to do something to you, you need to report them to the authorities, okay, if it gets to that point. Generally, people who are trolls or, you know, who are bullies are just trying to get attention. That's it. Or they're trying to get a reaction out of you because they don't have any real interaction in their real life. You know, they've studied this in some of these university studies, and they found that a lot of these people are just depressed people who really don't have any friends or family around. They have nobody to talk to, and they just want to get a reaction from somebody. Even if it's negative, at least they get some reaction. So, you know, I believe that's the majority of them. I really do. So I'm usually very kind to them. I thank them for their comments. And more times than not, I'll find out that those people really are just sad people. Okay. They just wanted some attention. That's all it really was. So anyhow, that's what I wanted to share with you today. I think we're nearing our end of our 30 minutes. I'm going to be live again. Don't forget, on Friday and Saturday. Also, when I do these lives, guys, I understand not everybody can attend them. So make sure what you do is that when you want to see these, go back to my channel because they're going to be posted there, and you can search all those videos that I went live on, even if you couldn't be here live. And if you're not here live, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget, ring the bell, turn on all bell notifications so you're notified each and every time I do go live. Okay, that's really important to do that. If you have any questions, don't forget, always put them in the comment section. I come back and answer those. Don't forget, also go to Google, give me a review. Type in J.R. Fisher Training. Find us. We're in Round Rock, Texas is where my office is. And if you just click on the review button, give me a 5-star review. And when you do that, I will send you a free copy of my book, How to Find Profitable Products to Sell Online, and the audio. You'll get both of these, about a $20 value, just for giving me a 5-star review. So I'd really appreciate that. Guys, I really appreciate you listening, being here today. Thank you so much. And I'll see you in the next video.